Okay, I'm going to try to keep this super quick and simple. I know that you've had a little trouble figuring out what to do in your Schoology work. The biggest challenge right now is that you are 7 weeks behind. You've not been keeping up, and that makes it really, really difficult. So I'm going to show you what you can do to try to avoid virtual summer school. And then you do the best you can with the days that we have left. There's no new assignments after today. Today's the last test. So the rest of the days you have until the 15th are makeup work time. So if you don't want to go to summer school, I suggest you make the most of it. So when you log into your Schoology, this is actually your account. So I pulled it up on my iPad because it's easier to show you what you need to do on your own account than it is for me to use the teacher version, which doesn't look the same. So I'm going to click on courses up here at the top, and I'm going to find your geometry class. So we're going to scroll down. We have Geometry B down here. We're going to click on, and if you log in the first time and take a look at it, it's really overwhelming because I've been building it a little at a time since we started NTI days. So you'll notice, first of all, you've got Unit 7 and Unit 8 folders here. We were finishing up Unit 7 before we started NTI days, and so that folder has study guides, it has answer keys to all of the homework, it has a scan of the homework packet that you should have a hard copy of that we were using in class. All your practice is in that packet, and so anything you should need is in that folder for Unit 7. We took a test over that the first week of NTI days, which is one of the tests that you need to make up. And then all the Unit 8 materials, which we started at the end of that first week of NTI days. The Unit 8 folder it was already built. It was already there before we started NTI days. It has all the worksheets in it. It has answer keys to all the practice pages in it, study guide, all of that business. So if you want to check work for your practice worksheets daily for Unit 7 and 8, that's where you would go to check that work. Really, the Unit 8 is the one that you'll need because we were finished mostly with Chapter 7 before we went on NTI day work. Most of what you need is in this top folder, the NTI day materials. If you go there, you'll notice that it's grouped by week. You have a schedule here. It has a day by day by day by day spreadsheet of what was assigned. So if you want to see an overview of the entire last 7 weeks, then you can take a look at that. But those details are also in each daily folder. So you'll notice that there's a folder for each week that we've been out. So we've been out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks so far. And then we have one more partial week to go next week, but there's no new material there. And every single day of those weeks has an assignment on it with very few exceptions. So that means you've got about 30 assignments that you need to complete before May the 15th. You also have a couple makeup tests here and here, which are second chances for the tests that were in these folders in case you need a second go at it. So we're going to start up here with one of the more recent weeks. So I'm going to go back to last week, because in last week we were in the last unit. Today's the test over that unit. You'll notice it is grouped by day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Each day's work is in its own folder. So I'm just going to pick a day, April 28th, on Tuesday. And if you open up that folder, you'll find that there's just a page that gives an outline of what you're supposed to do that day. If you want to take a look at that, you open it up. It just tells you what the assignment is. It will tell you on that page to watch the notes. So this is a video, that little chain link, that's a link to a YouTube video of me showing you how to do the types of problems that are on the 10-4 homework. So this is the lesson that you would have gotten if you had been in my classroom on this day face to face. It's just being delivered by video because I can't be there with you face to face. The notes that go along with it are in this next PDF file. So if you take a look at those notes, if you open those up, you'll see a scan of the blank notes, and I made that available for the people who want to actually write them down as they watch the video. And I'm not working in the app because my iPad is too old to run the app properly. Actually, mine is linked to my account. I guess that's my problem. So it's not opening up right now, which is not what I was hoping for. But you should be able to open it on any device that you have. Mine is just not on the app because my app is automatically linked to my teacher account. So then you go to the practice page. This is a PDF of your practice page. So when we got to Unit 10, we ran out of papers because I didn't give you papers for Unit 10 before we started NTI days. We hadn't intended to be out that long. If you want paper copies, you can go to the high school, ask for copies of Ms. Rice's geometry pages, and they will give you copies of this last unit if you want paper copies. You don't have to have them. You can click on that, open up the PDF, and then just work it out on your own paper if you'd rather. The answers to that practice page are here. So here's your practice answers. This is actually a PDF of the entire unit. So you'd have to scroll down to the worksheet that matches this one to see what those practice answers are. And then there's a free online calculator if you need it to do computations with. Last but not least, this is the piece that's going to get you a grade for the day. So this is the part you absolutely have to get done, because this is where your grade comes from, and you have one of these just about every single day, and for every one of those you don't complete, you have a 0 for that day. This is the must-do piece, and it's always going to look like a little piece of puzzle over at the side. That's the part you have to do every day. So let's see what that one looks like. That should work fine running straight from the internet, even though I don't have the app. So I get one attempt, and I'm going to click on Start New Attempt. And there are multiple choice questions. So on problem number 4 of the worksheet, now the worksheet is on my paper. So I go back and I look at my paper worksheet or my pencil and paper that I did the homework on. I find problem number 4 and see what the answer is. What's the answer to that area? And I should have it right because I should have checked it with the answers that are also in a file in this folder. So the answer to that one was A, which is 4. And number 8 on the worksheet, if I look at my work that I've done on pencil and paper, the answer to number 8 was 15. And then number 12 on my worksheet is 9. So answer choice C. So basically what I'm doing is a spot check of the work that you should have done on paper by now. So you do the homework on paper, and then you come back and you answer 5 questions about what you did on paper. So 24 was the answer to number 16, and 18 was the answer to problem number 20 on the worksheet. So I'm checking 5 homework problems from the worksheet that you did, and that you hopefully have checked already, so they should be correct. We review our answers. It gives you a chance to change an answer just in case you clicked on something wrong and didn't catch it. So we do just a quick review. Yes, 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 I like all those, and then I come down here and click on Submit. Are you sure you want to submit the assessment? Yes. Okay, so now I have a grade, 5 out of 5, for the homework quiz 21. So this is we've done 21 quizzes so far for homework because we've been working at this for several weeks now. Alright, so you got that day finished, nothing else to do. Okay, so all of these up here are links. I could go back to that week. It's really hard to read with my finger there. I could go back to the entire NTI Day folder. So if I go back to the NTI Day folder, I'm going to click on that link. You can also just use your back button, and that should work okay. You now still have several more days of work to complete. This week, there's a test, and I'm going to just click on it just so you can see what's in there. If I click on this week, yesterday you had a district-wide assignment. You did one assignment for all classes. You do that through the guidance office, Google Classroom. Today there was a test, so Tuesday, May 5th, if I click on that, a test is going to pop up. There's an online calculator there if you need it. If you click on the test, you get one attempt, If you have to pause in the middle, that's fine. It'll be resumable, so you can go back to it if you need to. If you get bumped off the internet or something crazy like that happens, you should still be able to go back to it, and you click on Start New Attempt and you can take that test. The only thing other than that you need to know about is if you go back to Unit 7 and Unit 8, you should have paper copies of those that I gave you that last Friday. So if you go back to, say, the week of March 23rd to the 27th, we were in Unit 8 then. And so if I just pick a day to click on, maybe Thursday, March the 26th, and you'll need to systematically go through day by day to get the work finished. You'll notice that you have today's assignment, just a list. There's the video notes. And the actual hard copy of notes for that is not in this folder because there's a Unit 8 folder back on your main geometry page that had already been posted. And then there's the quiz. That's your must-do for today. You have to take that quiz. It's a quiz over the homework. If you're not sure what homework to do, today's assignment will tell you. If you click on that, it says watch the video. Complete practice packet page 7. It's the packet I gave you before we left for NTI days, and then complete the quiz. If I go back to the main Thursday folder, if you can't find your paper packet, all is not lost. There's the scan at the very bottom. Mine is not going to open correctly here because I'm not in the app. I'm actually on the web. It would work okay on a computer, but it's not going to come here. But you do have that practice packet, and I would just have to change the view of my screen before you could see that. But you would be able to open up that practice packet because the PDF will open up if you have the app, or if you're on a computer, or if you're on a Chromebook, it works just fine. Okay, so if you're not sure what's left still to do, if you click over here on grades, one last thing and I'm going to wrap this up. If you click on grades, you have a list of all of the daily homework quizzes that you have not taken. There's that quiz 21 that we did together just now. So any of those you haven't finished and you're ready to work on, you can click on it and it will take you back to that assignment if you're not sure what day it is. These are quizzes that you needed to get done. This is just this is basically just a check from your study guide. And tests that you have not taken yet, you've got the main tests, and then you have the makeup tests that you can do for a second chance. So that gives you a list of what you're missing in case you just need to see that. Okay, so just do the best you can, Nick. I know you're way behind, but you said you really didn't want to go to summer school, so I believe you on that one. The only way to dodge it is to go back and get your work done. So just start plugging away at it. If you can do a week at a time, if you can do one folder a day between now and next week, you would be able to get it all done before grades are due. So that, try to make that your goal if you really are going to want to avoid the summer school. So hang in there and just do the best you can, and email me if you have questions.